Let me bring in now the Gauteng Premier, David Makhura. Mr. Makhura, thank you very much for your time. Quite scathing remarks there by the arbitrator, the retired Deputy Chief Justice, Moseneke, and quite an indictment on what took place under your watch. Your reaction?
Well, firstly, let me say that when we appointed the former Deputy Chief Justice, we knew that he's a man of integrity. He's got deep knowledge of our constitution and the law of our land. So we appointed him with full confidence that he will consider all the issues, and he has. And I want to say that we welcome, as government, I represent today both the Minister of Health, who is having a health council meeting, and the provincial government. We welcome the decision, the award that has been made by Justice Moseneke today. We will work with the relevant institutions of government to make sure that everything is implemented. Firstly, I would like to say that we will implement everything that he has awarded, but we will also follow up with the law enforcement agencies that are dealing with this matter, the NPA, the police, and the special investigation units. They are still doing work with regard to investigating and bringing criminal charges against specific people who were responsible. We will work with them to make sure that this matter is brought to closure to the full satisfaction of the families. I know that there's no amount of money that can compensate for the loss of life. The wounds of the survivors are deep. It will take a long time, and even the wounds, the deep wounds and pain among the family members is something that is not going to be, that pain won't go away overnight.
Premier,
so we are going to work with them and follow up on all the issues until we are satisfied that every issue has been attended to. We will also, as we are
Premier, sorry, I'd just like to interject there, just on those two issues. Where is the money going to come from? We know that the Gauteng provincial government, I would not say is quite stretched for resources, but of course this money has to come from somewhere. And you did mention the other aspect of the law enforcement agencies. How far, do you have any update about how far those investigations are?
Well, firstly, let me say that obviously when we have to honor this. I just want to say to you, this award coming out of this very important process has to be honored. We will go back to our budget processes. We will have to honor this. There's no question about it. And secondly, I had received a briefing last year from the Special Investigation Unit on the work that they are doing with regard to the investigation, especially of everybody who is involved. So we are going to continue to ask for briefings from all the relevant law enforcement agencies, including the NPA and the police. So they have done a briefing to me towards the end of the year. We are going to follow up on this. But what I want to assure the people of our province, and indeed the people of South Africa, is that we're not going to leave any matter unattended to. All these issues, especially where there's criminal liability, we are going to follow up on this.
Premier, just on, I recall during your testimony you did indicate that you would reinstitute disciplinary action against the senior executives who have now since resigned from the Gauteng provincial government. Where is that process at the moment? Have you reinstituted disciplinary action despite the fact that they've resigned? Well,
let me first say that the officials who have resigned, there are other processes of dealing with it. They are in our country. You can't discipline a government official who has resigned, but you can take steps, including making sure that they are criminally held liable for this. So those who are still in our system, that disciplinary process has been, yes, the MEC for Health, who is the relevant authority to institute disciplinary process, has reordered a new disciplinary inquiry because the one that took place was not satisfactory. People were just essentially, it was a ritual. It was not about the seriousness with which we view this matter. So the disciplinary processes have been reordered by the MEC for Health in our province.
Gauteng Premier David Makhura, thank you very much for your time. Certainly, Natasha, while this announcement has been made, and you heard the families there say that this brings some sort of finality to this matter, but I think everyone is looking to now what next the law enforcement agencies will do to ensure that those who have now been pointed as the ones who've been responsible for this tragedy within the healthcare system in this country, the worst, some have said, post-democracy, will be held to account, and that there will be criminal charges that will be brought against them. But I think for now what the families say is that they will try to move on with their lives, but at the end of the day they would like to see those responsible held to account.
Absolutely right. Griselda, thank you very much for that. Our Griselda Lewis for us live from Parktown in Johannesburg.